Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are in the right place at the right time. It is Tuesday at 5 o'clock, and it's time for the Ask Dr. Ron Facebook Live. And normally I would say with my lovely co host, Miss Chartrice, but as you can see, she is missing. So, Miss Chartrice had to get called in to work today again, so she's unavailable, but I'm sure she will be tuning in because she know I'm gonna be talking about her at different points in time of the show. So I am so glad that you all are here. We are going to get this puppy started because I'm so excited today. I got my brother coming on the show today, community activist Mr. Revin Fellows, and he's a regular staple on the show, and you all know this because you get a chance to see him at least once every other month. Because I promise you, I try to keep my brother on the show because he's always got something good to say and keep us informed on what's going on in the community. And that's what I like about him because, I mean, he's boots on the ground. You know, he got everything going on. I mean, he's involved with many other people in politics. You know, I ain't gonna blow him up right now, but trust me, he is all over the place. When I say he's all over the place, he's all over the place. So let's get this puppy started so we can get him live on the air with us. First thing I want to do is do a couple of shout outs. My first shout out goes to all of the healthcare workers, all of the healthcare workers. You know, the healthcare workers that are out there on the front line, keeping our families and keeping us safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. You know, we've got people that are risking their life every day to keep us safe. And I am so glad that our healthcare workers are doing that. The reason why I wear this shirt is in solidarity to all of the healthcare workers that are on the front line. The healthcare workers, I'm going to keep on wearing this in solidarity with them all the way up until the time we get an all clear. Then I'll change my wardrobe. Now, I'm just going to let you know I do wash it, I do keep it clean, so it ain't stinking, it ain't standing up on its own. Okay? I just want to let your healthcare workers know it is for you. I'm in solidarity with the healthcare workers and all the things that you do. And I applaud you and I thank you for being on the front line with this pandemic that we got going on in the country at this time. Okay. Secondly, I want to give a shout out to all of our spiritual leaders, all the pastors, all the men of God that are on the front line that are doing their job. They are keeping us uplifted, motivated. They're doing positive things to keep us informed on what's going on a spiritual level. They're keeping us positive. Special shout out to my mentor and spiritual leader, Dr. Hunt, Dr. Lord Michael Hunt. I tell you, if you're not familiar with Dr. Hunt, I encourage you, scroll down on my Facebook feed. You will see a message that he did on last week that will give you an example of how powerful his word can be at a time like this. He's got a now word for a now season and a now time. Scroll down on my Facebook page. You will see Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt. He has been up every morning bringing a word of encouragement and a word of knowledge each and every day since January of this year. He has been on the front line making sure that everybody has a place to be able to go to get a positive word. All right. And third, I want to give a shout out to all of the people that have lost loved ones at a time like this. I know that we have been losing family members, people that we see in the media, powerful, inspirational people that are part of our everyday life. And it's hard because, you know, with the corona that's floating around, we're not able to say goodbye to the loved ones that we, you know, have deep in our hearts. So it's very hard. So a special shout out to all of those people that have lost loved ones. We're praying for you here at the show. We're keeping you uplifted, keeping you motivated. You know, we're calling your name if we know you. I tell you, it's kind of difficult to lose a loved one, but we want to try and keep you encouraged at a time like this. And especially those that have lost people to corona. We've got 189,000 people that have died in the United States from corona. We've got over 6.3 million cases confirmed of corona in the United States, and that's being reported by the CNN. So I try to go on and get an idea of what the numbers are so that I can talk to you about them and let you know that this thing is real. You know, we got to continue to stay safe. We got to continue to keep our loved ones safe. Don't pretend that, oh, no, this is not real. It's fake news. People are dying to the tune of 189,000 people confirmed deaths of corona in the United States. That's just the United States. And out of that 6.3 million people, a great number of them, some are going to recover, some are going to be sick and not be able to do well for themselves because of what the corona will do to their bodies. So I just want to encourage people to stay safe. You know, respect this corona bug. You know, don't underestimate what this corona can do to you. Okay. All right. So now I want to go over to my website, and I want to talk about my supporters at the current time, because I can't do this without the people that follow and support what I do here, and I want to make sure that I talk about them. So the first thing that you're going to hear my theme song, and after my theme song, we're going to talk about all of the people that make this possible. Okay, so just hold on.
Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Whatever you're feeling, he will give you healing, he'll inform you. Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Entertaining news, political issues, local and globally.
All right. Once you get over to my website, I'm going to invite you to go over to ask-dr-ron.com and browse my website. You'll get a chance to see a lot of good information. You'll see what Sankofa means. You'll get a chance to see me behind the scenes with a lot of people doing what I do backstage, and people that perform. And then you'll come across a place where you'll see my advertisers. And when you get there, I want you to take a look at all the people that support what we do. Right here we have National Block Club University. Mr. Cyron Smith has an organization that is on the front line in everybody's community. On the front line. He will work with you to help make sure that your seniors, to make sure that your children and all the people in your community are safe. Mr. Cyron Smith has been doing this for over 20 years. He has been working block by block. He's got a plan. He's not government funded. He has been doing this for many, many years successfully all over the country. If you click on the tab, it'll take you over to National Block Club University, and you'll have an opportunity to visit his website, reach out to them, and find out what you can do to make things safe in your community. Okay? Also, I have as an advertiser Chief Nomo's Oasis. Now, Chief Nomo brings back all of his products and goods from the west coast of Africa, Ghana. He brings back moringa seeds. He also brings back oils and soaps, clothing from the west coast of Ghana, and he is definitely a person you want to sit down and talk to about alkaline water. You know, there are many people that have discovered the health benefits of alkaline water, and the alkaline water. I know a brother, Mark Allen, another media personality, who swears by it. He drank alkaline water and recovered from cancer. So there's many health benefits from dealing with the alkaline water. So all you have to do is click on the tab. It'll take you over. Reach out to Mr. Chief Nomo, and you want to talk to him about moringa seeds and alkaline water and anything else that he's bringing back from the west coast of Africa. Also, we have RRJ Webb. Um, Mr. Ralph Jenkins has been with me for over 20 years as well. Mr. Jenkins, if you have a concept or an idea that you want to turn into a website, Mr. Jenkins can help you do that. Mr. Jenkins can sit down with you, design it, build it, host it, do maintenance on it, anything dealing with um, web design, he can help you put it together. Okay, Mr. Jenkins has been with me. I'm telling you, anytime I come up with a wild idea, oh, we can make that happen, and he does. So anybody who would like to have a web presence and they need to have a web presence for what they're doing, he can help you do it. So that's Mr. Ralph Jenkins at RRJ Web. Okay, and last but not least, my favorite sponsor and advertiser, Port Again Sam. Port Again Sam brings in some of the best wines and spirits from all over the world. I tell you, I was not a connoisseur of fine wine until I started working with Sam. Sam has been around for a long time, bringing in these exclusive from vineyards that he only has a relationship with. You can't get them anyplace else. And I tell you, his wine, if you like sweet wine, he can get you sweet wine. You know, if you have a taste for dry wine, he can get you dry wine. If you like cognac, he can get you cognac. I tell you, only the best. I'm a collector now because I'm going to give you a little tip. Sam runs out of what he has because he only has a limited stock. So if you don't buy enough of it ahead of time, you're going to not be able to get it the second go around. So you got to get it all up front. And I don't have a problem going over there getting 2-3 bottles or something and putting it in my cooler, so when I have a taste for it, I can enjoy it at a later date, or have someone that I need to impress with the fine wines that he brings in. So Port Again Sam, a little tidbit of information, he will be on the show next week. Port Again Sam will be my guest on next week. He's going to come on and talk about what he's got in inventory, so you don't want to miss that as well. So Port Again Sam. All right, also affiliates. I'm also affiliated with Chicago Communicated News Media. That's one of the news outlets that carries the Ask Dr. Ron show. If you go over there, you'll be able to find out a lot of information on what's going on in the Chicagoland area news-wise. Also, you'll be able to click on the tab and see all of my shows over there. Well, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. So definitely go over to Chicago Communicated News Media, one of my affiliates, and we support them. Also, you'll see Soul Street Collective. Soul Street Collective is an entertainment group. It has started back up in the Chicagoland area performing. So if you wanted to reach out to them to perform at your next event, safely, of course, social distancing and all the good things that go along with that, you definitely want to call Sonia up and tell them that you're interested in getting Soul Street Collective. All right. While you're over on my website, we want you to fill out the contact card. Let us know that you're here, checking us out, looking at what's going on. You want to find out more information about how to be an advertiser or how to be a guest on the show, reach out to me. We have information that we can share with you on what it would take in order for you to be a supporter of the show. You'll also see a tab on Cash Crowdfund. I know that a lot of people are a little leery of Cash Crowdfund. They come on our show at least once a month to try and take some of your fears away about participating in a gifting program. But some people are surviving right now off of gifting programs, and why shouldn't you? Go over to the tab. If you got questions about it, you can reach out to me, and I will answer all of your questions about what a gifting program is and how it can work and benefit you and your organization. Okay? Also have a YouTube channel. Please go over to my YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. And let us know that you were over there, because we have all of our shows on our Ask Dr. Ron channel over there, and you can go over there and see everything that's going on the Ask Dr. Ron show, repeats over and over and over again. Right quick, I want to give a couple of shout outs. We got Miss Raquel tuned in. We got Felicia tuned in. Thank you for being here. Donald Green all the way out in Phoenix, Arizona. We got Miss Roxanne tuned in. Shalom, right back at you. We have our mentor. We were just talking about him a minute ago. Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt is tuned in and watching on the feed today. I am so glad that he had time to stop in and say hello. Got my brother in broadcasting, Mr. Bass. Please put your information in the news feed so people can find you, so they'll know how to be able to tune in onto your show. Dr. Hunt, if you don't mind, put your information up there, because you have such positive Facebook information and so much plethora of information. Put your information up there so they can find you on Facebook, so they can go find you and know when you're available. So that's all that's tuned in right now that I see on the live feed. So I'm so glad that Dr. Hunt is there. That is my mentor, you all. I'm telling you, he is the one. Mr. Bruce Chapman tuned in all the way from over in Maryland. He just popped in. Good to see you on the line, Mr. Chapman. He's also affiliated with Cash Crowd Fund. Put your information up there so people can find you and ask you questions about some of the things that we have been talking about on the show over and over and over again. So I am ready to move further into the show. I am so excited to have my brother, Mr. Revin Fellows. He done took a nap over there. Wake up, Mr. Fellows. You know, Revin Fellows. Earth to Revin Fellows. There he is. We got him. How you doing, my brother? Man. Man, that's a hard working brother.
Man, I
there,
was
boy.
listening
Look.
to you and relaxing at the same time, so I just went on.
You working so hard, you fell asleep at the wheel, boy. I'm telling you,
started talking about that wine and messed me
up. I'm doing good.
Yeah. Good thing I'm parked.
Yeah.
But you started talking about that Mellow Sam wine. I was reminiscing when we used to have when you was at the other show. I started thinking about that wine. I went into a relaxed mode.
I know. I saw you, man. You nodded straight on out, brother. You nodded straight on out, and that's a beautiful thing, man. Revin has been around me so long, so he is familiar with Port Again Sam, man. So I know you don't mind giving Sam a shout out, man. I know you enjoyed a lot of his product back in the day, because I used to bring the wine to the studio, along with other advertisers who were putting food. So I used to do wine pairings with food. So people would bring food by, and then that's when I know if Revin knew that I had food at the studio, he was going to come. Okay? Revin was not going to miss out on the opportunity, because he's like boots on the ground. I can get a sandwich over here, but I can get some real food over there. And Revin would show up, and then sometimes he would bring people with him. Like, look, bro, I got some people I want you to interview on your show. And then he go get a plate and sit down. But that's my brother. Look, we have done many events together. I want to say a couple of years ago, we did a networking event at Ruby's, the soul food restaurant out here in Country Club Hills. And Revin would show up, and I tell you, we had pretty good thing getting ready to get started, and then all of a sudden it came to a screeching halt. But, every time I get something going, Revin, I always try and give a voice to somebody that has something to say. And Revin, just like a month or so ago, it was every other month he's got a spot to come on because he's always got something to say, always. And I'm so glad to have him. Glad he's available to come and be a part of what we got going on today. So what's going on in the hood, Revin? I know you got something you wanna hit us with. I know we got so many things going on in the community. I know that it's getting close to election time. People are turning up the heat, trying to get our attention. I know you and I kind of talked earlier. I'll bring that up a little bit later. But what's going on that you want to start us off with? Hello?
Well, man,
okay, there
for
you go.
sure.
All right, I hear you.
We just finished a great National this month. Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead. Keep going.
What about now?
Yeah, we good.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, we just finished, it's the 17th anniversary of National Black Business Month, and the blackmall.com Cassiopeia sent a shout out over 2,000 products made by blacks. And if you can't buy black, you know where we are, the blackmall.com. We launched the campaign Crawl. So every weekend we kicked off in the south side, the west side suburbs. We launched at a business and went out and spent thousands and thousands of dollars with black business to reignite. It was National Black Business Month in honor of the late, great Dr. Webb Evans, who said the biggest march that you can have is to march your money to a black man or a black woman's hand. And so we successfully stimulated a lot of businesses and recycled our dollars, people that were hurt with COVID-19. And we're really proud of that 31 day. And, as you know, State Rep Ford, my buddy, had a resolution recognizing our elder, and we went down with it, man. It was powerful.
Yeah. Now you mentioned Dr. Webb Evans.
Recycling. What else on the radar? You mentioned the Trump situation.
Dr. Webb Evans, I've had the pleasure of interviewing him a couple of times on my show when he was still with us. And I never will forget the first time he came on the show. He brought down a copy of his book, the Buy Black book, and then he autographed it. And then the first thing he did was he put $1 in the book.
Yeah.
And then he gave it to me, So Dr. Webb Evans, I think he lived to be like close to 100 years old, and he only had one message his entire time. His 101. His message was buy black. He didn't have multiple messages. He didn't have, different campaigns. Everywhere Dr. Webb Evans went, all he talked about was supporting black businesses, okay? And that's a formula of success that he spoke about every time he went somewhere, And like I said, I had the honor and the privilege, of having him on my show. I got a chance to interview him, and man, he was sharp, man, and he was sharp. He wasn't no person that had to hesitate or think about what he was saying. He already knew. His message was patented. Buy black. Spend $1 with a black person. That was it. He was serious.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was driving to 101 years old, so he was still driving.
Yeah. Yep.
Sharp brother. But also, Dr. Webb, the book is called How to Get Off the Bottom. How to Get Off the Bottom is the book if people want to look for it. United Black American Progress Association, Mr. Rahim Atan, who now taking on the president of that organization, who's doing a great job. But the book is called How to Get Off the Bottom.
Yeah, and also known AKA as Sax Preacher. That's his AKA name.
Can you still hear me, brother Doc?
Yeah, I can hear you. Keep going. You still there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The sax man, Mr. Rahim Atan, AKA Saxophone man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's he's doing a great job, and him and Webb Evans' birthday at the same time, so it's amazing for him to fill those shoes. Birthday the same time, they like the same type of food. It's just a spiritual resurrection, man. That's deep.
Yeah.
And you know, Webb is a hot shoe to fill. And I've been blessed to be the an outreach ambassador spokesman for Dr. Webb. They gave me the blessings to go and speak on behalf of Webb Evans organization anywhere that I go. So I'm the only one authorized to speak about Dr. Webb Evans other than the organization itself. So I feel that is a privilege. That's why I wanted to highlight him every year in Chicago, 31 days, Buy Black, Love Black, in honor of the late, great Dr. Webb Evans.
Yeah, and right in line with that, one of the organizations that I spoke about earlier, the National Black Club University, Mr. Cyron Smith, they have a 30-day plan that they speak about, and every week, I forget which day of the week it is, that they emphasize make sure you spend $1 with a black business. Now they do that every week. Now and of course I take it a little bit further, and I say we need to be spending some.
Wednesdays.
Yeah, we need to be spending money with black organizations and black people every day, but if you can't do it every day, like you say on Wednesday, that's the day that they emphasize. So it gives
Mhm.
an opportunity for us that are in business to have our money circulate in our community over and over and over again. And it's a wonderful concept. That's how wealth is established. So why shouldn't we? Because we represent billions of dollars in the world in our community. So why should not some of those billions get circulated back into our businesses and our products, goods, and services? And that's something that's a principle that is never going to be obsolete or outdated. That's something that needs to happen on a regular basis, and I applaud anybody with that message and with that principle because hey, we need it. You know, and just as a little shameless plug, I'm a black business, y'all. Y'all can spend money with me too.
You
Yeah.
got multiple business, so we got to figure out which one to spend money on.
Hey man, as long as it's one of them, let's go.
You got a bunch of business.
Let's go. Yeah.
But
So
yeah, man.
go ahead.
Well, we say if you buy Black Wednesday, and if you we say is if you don't like black people 6 days a week, like them on Wednesday, spend a little money, and those who buy Black 365. So we specifically did 31-day buy Black 365,
Yeah.
or if not, buy Black on Wednesday,
There you
and
go.
that recycles the dollar.
There you go. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. So now, I know that being a community activist, you got your ear to the ground to everything that's going on. And when we last spoke, I mean, you really laid down the law on a whole lot of information. And I want to circle back around to give you an opportunity to speak about some of the things that you've got that you personally are working on trying to make happen in the city of Chicago. And for those that didn't catch that show, it's on my Facebook page. It's also on my YouTube channel. It's also on the Ask Dr. Ron website. I try to make it so that you don't miss out on an opportunity to get information. But you emphasize the fact that there was money going to everybody except the black folks. And a lot of people probably don't even realize that, with all the things that are going on, we are underserved, underrepresented, and that's one of the things that I know that we need to make a change with. We need to do something to look out for our future generations to come. I mean, it's a lot of young people out here that are on the front line protesting. There's multiple agendas out there. I mean, everybody got an agenda. Everybody got something that they trying to, push to the forefront of everything. And then we got so many things that we need help with. You can't, not allow all these agendas to be heard. We know that we need justice. We know that we need products, goods, and services in our community that will help sustain us, because we get overlooked, you know. So I know that you have a plan coming up that will address some of this, So do you feel free to tell us about it? Tell us about it.
Well, as Brother Mark Allen, Black Wall Street International, always say, I'm glad you asked. But yes, man. Well, thank you. Well, man, I'm about action, doing things. Let's do something. We don't need to have a think tank. We need to have a think and do tank. We don't need to sit around and talk about it. We need to be about it. So, as you know, I'm also the co-founder of the National Black Agenda Consortium.org, where we looked at every black agenda, and we're in the process of upgrading that 2017 agenda to bring it into compliance now as we speak. By September 15th, that agenda should be fully up to date, and it's a breathing document for anybody to use. National Black Club University, black farmers, everything around pandemic preparedness. So we have a breathing document that people can look at, the National Black Agenda Consortium.org. But you mentioned what's next. Well, one of the things we spoke about earlier, in Chicago, we've seen the looters, we've seen the shooters, we've seen the LGBTQ community step up, we've seen Black Lives Matter step up, we've seen the feminists step up, we've seen the Latinos step up, we've seen the Chinese step up, we've seen the Indians step up about the Columbus statue. Just every ethnic group and every gender in every area has stood up in Chicago, but the original black man. And so, as you know, I'm an athlete, and I've never felt I'm a competitive. I like to compete, and I'm always in a good fight like you, Dr. Ron. We don't mind getting it. But right now, it's the first time I felt like I'm backpedaling and people throwing punches and I can't get a punch out as a black man. So I don't want nobody to be speaking for me as a black man. I know some other brothers out here that doing work. We don't have a platform. We're doing the work. So it's important that black women see black men, black girls and black boys see us, and that they see that some men doing work. Unfortunately, thank you for this show because you allowed me on here to talk about some of the things that we're doing, and you are a black man, so they can't say black men ain't doing nothing because the most important thing is communication and getting the message out. So I thank you. You always have shows of substance, and so with the opportunity, this is the 25th anniversary of the Million Man March that we marched on Washington in 95, and we had 2 million black men. They lied, 2 million. I was there, and we swore to come back home and take care of our families and do everything we should do and dedicate ourselves. So during that march, the largest voter registration of any group, ethnic group, women and other groups, was the black man. Everything was on decline. The largest voters registration tally was of black men registered to vote at that particular time. One of the largest gang troops across the country was 3 or 4 years. There was peace trees around the country. And then at the same time, black men came back and adopted children. That went up high. Black men came back and married families, got back with their children's mother. So it was a big movement that happened. It didn't get advertising. So they say the Million Man March is not really doing anything. Well, every day I do Million Man March work. I just don't wear it on my chest. I'm a product of the Million Man March. You know, Brother Ron, I cover a lot of ground. Because you can imagine another million brothers out in a space that's doing work, but we need to collect it. Our problem is not united, but we're doing, and we are the fruits of the Million Man March. So I reached out to the nation to see what they're doing this year. You know, the minister usually speak out of town, and he's doing things. But we've now galvanized the fraternity brothers, the Nation of Islam, the Moors, running black men from all over the city, a different organization, Black Men United. I don't know if you guys have been watching on Facebook Live, the brothers out west and south, they've been pulling up pop-ups, giving out free food, clothing, masks, water, cooking, and giving out gifts to community. They just come put up a tent, music, they bring some celebrities. So they've been for the last 3 months popping up just on the street, giving young people gifts and giving mothers food and cooking for them and showing that the black man is here. So we're going to take that momentum, Brother Mark and Brother Melvin Bailey and the other guys out west and out south, And so, as you know, I've been working with my group, the Books Over Balls. We've been doing stuff and moving. So what we're going to do 25th of, October 16th, the 25th anniversary, we're going to be going downtown to rally, not a protest, to make some demands of the city, the state, and the county, and the federal. All those two buildings are sit across the street from the state Illinois building. So we're asking black men across this city, and of course women, I'm sure they'll come and be there in support. We're going to be going down there to make some demand on some legislation that State Rep Ford has on the table with the city and state, and some things about black men and contracts and labor. And so we're going to rally and we're going to do an atonement and reconciliation. I rededicate ourselves to protecting our children, our community, and doing what we did before. So it's going to be a great day. Again, we're not going out just to talk about it. And also blessed by Mama D, who's the great advocate who was the one responsible for getting 71st Street named after Emmett Till Road. She, at the same time, we went to the Million Man March. A black woman went and did a resolution with the City Hall with Mayor Daley, and had Mayor Daley and Minister Farrakhan and her sign a resolution recognizing the Million Man March as a real day here in Chicago of praying, fasting, atonement, and a day of absence. So we're going to be recognizing that resolution, and we're going to be looking for black to come down there and be able to take our rightful place and show the world. Right before the election, we're not going down there Democrat. We're not going down there Republican. We're going down there whichever is our best interest. So we're going to be voters registration. We're going to be rallying down there to talk about the black man is back. The black man is back. And so thank you for allowing me to be on the show. And if any black men are interested in reaching out that feel that right now that the black man don't have a voice or a platform, feel free to reach out to me at REVIN, RevinFellows@yahoo.com, REVINFELLOWS @yahoo.com, and send me a message, let you know we're going to be meeting this weekend to have a discussion on what we're going to do going through the COVID-19 and our children being shot down the streets, and our women can't walk to the school or go to school or go to the store safely, and Big Mama don't have protection. So that's what we're going to be about. We're going to be talking about it. And if there's only 5 brothers show up, I'm going to be representing my dignity as a black man.
Amen, brother. Look, that's a lot. So,
and a couple more things I forgot to add. We got a commitment from the Blake family. The uncle is a good friend of mine. We got a commitment from them to come, and let me give you a couple more, and then I'll let you get it, or you want me to hold it right there?
Go right here. Go right here. You on the roll. Go ahead.
You want me to give the other names, or you want me to just hold it right there?
Keep going.
Can you hear me, Doc?
Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
So we have a good commitment between my good friend Blake's family, and you know, brother Craig Hodges, just launched his book, and you know now the NBA on boycott. You know, after he got blackballed and put out the league, and one of the best players, and they put him out the league because he was asking them to do something black with the Bulls and Michael Jordan and the rest of them. So now the NBA guys are woken up. They Black Lives Matter, the NBA matter. Well, Craig was already saying that it mattered. So it's what perfect time, and he's going to be talking about the responsibility of athletes and entertainers and about his book, about holding accountability. We're going to have Chairman Fred, as you know. Last week was the anniversary. We was over there on the assassination over there on the west side. He just put a new mural up on Madison. You got to go by there on Madison and Cicero and look at that mural. Man, it's off the chain. And so we're moving in that spirit. He'll be there. And then so we'll be talking about the legislation, State Rep Ford. So we got some commitments of some people that are going to be talking about, brother, I can't think his name. But those are some of the lineups that we're going. It's going to get heavier. But we're going to be talking about police brutality, economics, green jobs, technology. Again, the black man is back.
Yes. So now, once again, the date that the actual event is going to take place is going to be October the 16th. So right now, you all are planning and organizing, and you want as much participation as possible. So all are invited. This is not a private party.
Yes. No, no, it's not a private party. If you're a black man in America, you should be down there.
Right, right, right. You know, God, I,
Especially if you're in Chicago.
right. I got you.
Because,
And
the concept is when men stand up, women get next to them. When men stand up, boys sit down.
right, right, right. I'm gonna ask.
And that's the ideology.
Right.
Now, if it don't happen, I'll be out there with my sign by myself, Geraldine,
There
son.
you go. Yeah. I'm trying to emphasize the date once again. That's October the 16th. This event. That's the date of the actual event, and the organization part of it is going on right now. Like you said, this Saturday. Going to be having meetings, meeting with people that want to participate and have words to say. And all is invited. It's not a private event. It's not a political event. It's not a, watch Revin work type event. Because Revin be working already. Okay, whether you show up or not, he just got through telling you Geraldine's son going to be out there with his sign doing what he got to do, because it's too important not to have a voice at a time like this. It's not about Republican, it's not about Democrat, it's about celebrating men in their rightful place and in their rightful role. Okay, because we got a place. And it's funny you said that a little while ago. When we stand up, everybody else will get in their place. Okay, when a man stands up, then a woman's gonna stand beside him. And then the children are gonna be in their proper place. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one of the things that we have
Yes,
to
sir. Yes,
emphasize
sir.
is that men
Yes, sir.
need to be doing what men's supposed to be doing. That's leading the way, leading by example, and standing up, being a part of this would be a great example for people to be a part of what's going on in the city of Chicago. Now, if you're not, in Chicago and you want to participate, get here. It's only a little ride away. You might have to stay quarantined when you go back home, but you can at least show up, and be a part of what's going on. Because look, Chicago's on the quarantine list. It'll give you another reason to stay at home. Okay, if you
Yeah.
go back home from St. Louis, you go back to wherever you from, because we got people from different places on the line. You know, I even see
Yes,
somebody on the
sir.
line right now watching all the way that's from Brazil. Okay, now I don't know if we worse than Brazil, but
Yes, sir.
he can come here, hang out in Chicago, and be with the brothers. You ain't gonna have to go look for the brothers. The brothers are gonna be there, and in that area where this event is going to take place, the state building is there, the county building is there, and the city building is there. City services building is there. So where you'll get an opportunity to shut down. If you got 1 million people on that corner, it's
Yes,
gonna
sir.
shut down everything. Okay, now we ain't talking about looting. We ain't talking about going downtown. Trying to disrupt. Business so you can go in there and shoplift. That's not what we talking about doing. Okay, you know, but what Revin is talking about doing is going downtown and letting your voice be heard
Right.
and be seen.
It's a
Okay?
rally. It's a rally.
Yes, it's a rally. Okay? And when you get downtown, you'll have an opportunity to be able to represent
It's
something
going to be a
worthwhile.
rally. It's a rally.
Yeah. So I am 110% in support of my brother and what he's doing, because he is definitely one of those people that, like I say, that's on the front line everywhere. You know, Craig Hodges. I remember when he got blackballed from the NBA, and like you said, now there's solidarity in the NBA. They shut the whole thing down in solidarity, and it's about time, for foolishness to come to an end. And I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day. These guys have gone back out there to start sporting events, and to me, I don't know if it's the wisest thing to be done, but it's a possibility that a lot of people could wind up hurt out of this, and I hope that that their safety precautions that are in place are working, because they talking about they're playing in a bubble, and I don't know if the bubble was safe or not. I wouldn't want to be in there, because there's an awful lot of activity and an awful lot of people going on in the bubble, okay,
Mm-hmm.
in the name of sports. So I ain't gonna give you my real opinion on it, but I can tell you one thing: it got something to do with gladiators. So, but we ain't gonna go there today, okay? So Revin, give them your email once again, please. Hello, you still there?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm still. Can you hear me?
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. It's a delay, so go ahead, keep going.
Okay. You can hear me though, right?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
So, just again, I took
10:30, 11 o'clock. That's a Friday. It's also supposed to be a day after you're supposed to take a furlough day and stay home. And they're asking the women and children to stay home and pray. Well, this year, they're already at home because they're not in school. And we need to have a real fast and praying and atonement and come before the Most High and government. Again, it's a rally. It's not a protest. And the mayor them should recognize it because it's on the book, signed into resolution that day is recognized by the city. We're going to go down in a peaceful protest, not peaceful protest, peaceful rally, to have a conversation on what we want as black men for our families and children. And nobody can tell that story. Right now, black men are not getting construction contracts here in Chicago. They're not on any construction sites. They're asking us to stay in the house while everybody's working on the sites outside. So our black men at home talking about staying home. And if you ride down the street, construction workers are working everywhere. And sometimes without masks on. So we have to make a demand, and also a couple of things we're going to have on the table. All right, we're going to be talking about, State Rep Ford has a resolution that's on the governor's desk a few months ago. The governor, I'm on the line. Give us up on the line. Oh, I'm sorry. We talk later. All right. So what's happening? Excuse me.
The resolution, yeah. Okay. We lost him for a second there. You back? Hello? You still there? Okay, we lost Revin. We lost Revin for a second there. Let me see, can we get him back on the line here? Y'all hang on one second. We're going to try and see, can we connect back here with him? We're going to connect back with him in a minute here. Y'all hold on. Let's see. Are you there?
Okay.
You there?
Got me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I'm back.
Okay, hold on. There you go. There you go. Now we got you back.
Yes, sorry.
Right. No problem.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
You got me?
Yes, sir. We got you. Go ahead.
Okay. And so what's happening is, as you know, I lost my thought.
Yeah, you were talking about the rally. Yeah.
Yes, rally. And
the thing that Rep Ford got on the desk of the governor.
Yeah. So one of the things is so he has the governor is quoted saying some months back that black people have it hard in Illinois. Mm-hmm. And so State Rep Ford, with that, listening to that statement, and you know that we won with 94% of the vote. He won the black community. And also the governor was in a little trouble on his campaign for some racial issues. So Rep Ford put together a resolution saying that executive order saying that since we're not going to be back in office till late November, and since you feel we have a hard COVID-19 and our children are disconnected and everything's going on in community shooting, we have an economic problem. Why don't you sign an executive order like Roosevelt did, and then why don't you sign an executive order like Lincoln did with the Emancipation Proclamation? So we've been pushing that issue for 3 months, trying to get black people to talk about $1 billion, and right off the bat, we for 7 days we put together a task force specifically about black people to have a discussion with some of our bright minds like yourself and other organizations to sit down. We have people that can handle their business and talk about in 7 days what that task force is going to do and how we're going to make that money work for our people. Well, we're not getting the community support on that executive order. You should be calling the governor's office and saying they want an executive order. The President of the United States just signed an executive order helping Latinos get prosperity. Even though they say he's holding them up at the border, he just signed an executive order that he didn't go to the Democrat or Republican, making sure that Latinos get their reparation and prosperity here in America. That's been signed July 9th. Check your record. Well, also, Rep. Ford has some legislation on the table, a petition. As you know, black children right now today are not online. Black children right now today are not on the internet, don't have Wi-Fi, don't have hotspots. Even though they say they're giving out, no. I know a lot of students are not on there. So they can't afford $9.99. So $9.99. So at the end of the day, Rep. Ford put some legislation on the table to give free broadband through the state of Illinois, but specifically going to black communities who are underserved in terms of technology. Most children got grandparents raising grandchildren. Are we going to know grandparents teach them how to use the technology? Or do the children know how? Do they have Wi-Fi? So this would help us with a great deal if you go on to Rep. Ford and look for the petition and just takes 2 minutes to sign your name on a petition to give free broadband for your children and yourself that you don't have to pay for. So then that's one bill. And then, he's just got national recognition, 1 million hits across the country. In terms of we were pushing black history. Black history has not been taught in schools since 1991. It's been a law here in the state of Illinois. It's not been enforced. And so Rep. Ford put forth civic education being pushed so that we can teach Black History 365 within civic education and not have to talk about 28 days itself. And so it met some resistance with that. So he's saying, well, what about other races? He said, well, they've been lying on the Indian. As you see, Columbus, they discovered North America. They try to take down the statue. The Indians talking. As you can see, the women are not representing history in their rightful place. They couldn't vote. If you go through the whole book of history across this country, all the books are lying. And some books say black people like slavery. We was enjoying it. Well, what would we do if they hadn't gave us jobs? So the whole thing has been a lie. So he's saying, abolish the whole thing. Let's start from scratch and teach the books right. Wow. So that's getting national recognition. Those three things are on the book for black people that we stand on. That is not an argument. It's not a debate. It's not a who did what. They're for your children economically. They're for you in terms of technology. And they're for you in terms of cultural self-esteem. So if we're not going to be pushing that agenda, quit talking about looting and the guys shooting, because you're not putting anything in place for these young people who don't have a black grocery store, who only got one black gas station. Seaway Bank on 87th Street is now a white credit union, and Illinois Federal Savings, the Garner brothers came in and bailed it out 87. They just closed the branch on 87th Street. Saucine gone, Johnny Johnson gone. VON moved downtown to the South Loop, and we don't own nothing. The community control nothing. So I don't support the looting, but I do support that we don't have nothing to tell them to do to stop looting.
Yeah. And one of the things about the internet availability that was brought up in the last couple of weeks in the mainstream media, that the governor and Comcast did sign an agreement to be able to provide free internet for homes in the community that didn't have internet because of the stay-at-home schooling that they needed. Because they needed internet access to be able to access the schooling information, that was being provided for the schools, through the school system. So now schools started up, children couldn't get their lessons because they didn't have internet access. So they just recently, in the last 2 weeks, addressed that issue. So now whether it's a permanent fix or not, don't know. But they did address that issue because now you got children that can't go to a physical brick and mortar school, okay? And because they can't go to a brick and mortar school, they couldn't get access to their internet school, so they had to address that pretty quick. So Comcast did come out, and then one of the things they said to qualify, they just had to show that you had a student registered in the Chicago public school system to address that issue so that they can resolve that right away. So, yeah, they just addressed that. So all the points that you brought out are very pertinent. So I'm getting a little static on your end over there. There you go. Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I tell you, man, we got so many issues in our community. You can't address them all in an hour, but you have done a pretty good job. Uh, you brought it all out, brother. You always put it on the table, man. So that's why, you regularly have a spot on anything I'm doing because you bring things to the surface that we need to know about and participate in. So once again, can you please give them your email to reach out to you? Because I don't want them to say, oh, well, we didn't get his information. Please tell them again what your email is.
Okay. Again, RevinFellows at yahoo.com. Revinfellows at yahoo.com. So if you have any young ladies or women listening to the show, tell your nephews, uncles, men in the house, boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, divorcee, whatever it is, we're looking for a few good men to show up and make a statement on behalf of protecting our women, children, and our elders, and take our rightfully place and quit begging at the table of Lazarus for jobs when we could be creating landscaping jobs. We can be getting these young brothers some snow blowers right now, buying some and take them out there and shovel snow. If a young man just get a shovel or a snow blower right now, he can go and do every block. Every house on that block is $25 and maybe more. That's illegal money without selling drugs. So we know what we need to do for our people and our children. We just need to recycle and restructure $1.3 trillion buying power and black women $680 billion buying power. And then what we're going to kill violence is with a job, a business, and a contract.
All right now. And this event, once again, October the 16th. October the 16th. And you can get all the details by reaching out to Mr. Revin Fellows. It's going to be a rally, not a protest, not a loot, not a riot, a rally. You see, you have to specify sometime. Cause I know don't nobody listen to my show ain't got good understanding. I know this already. Okay, they got good understanding. All right, cause we ain't got no looters, but they might have some kids that's while they listening to the show saying, we can go downtown and do a smash and grab on that day, cause their police ain't gonna be able to get to us. You know how they think, man. Everybody always think on the dark side instead of thinking on the side of righteousness and on the side of light. Okay. We don't want nothing to blemish this day. Okay? We don't want.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Let me say this about, I know we run out of time, but let me say this. I got to say this, and don't lose your thought. We're going to be doing something most powerful that day. Brother Enoch Muhammad with Hip Hop Detox Social Emotional Learning Program. He's been doing work in the schools with the young men, mentoring and the different things. But about 3 or 4 years ago, he put together a letter of forgiveness to our young people. So he's been going across the city and everywhere to go work with young people. Before we start the program, he has a letter of apology that we read out, that we're sorry for not being good fathers. We're sorry for cheating on our women. We're sorry for out there partying and not being there for you. We've been sorry playing sports and buying new cars and not doing the right thing. So it's a full letter of apology that we're going to apologize to Ray Doombug and them and Shalit and them for us not doing what we were supposed to do as men. And we're going to start the healing because our young people are hurting. They're in pain. And we dropped the ball. We can't keep beating them because they're the hate that hate created.
Yeah, I get that, bro. And I applaud you once again, my brother. You know you're welcome on my show anytime. You're gonna have to come back and give us the blow by blow on how everything went on that day, on the event in October the 16th. October the 16th. Mark it down. Do not miss it. Don't blow it. Make it work out right. And we're gonna come back and get an update from the man himself, Mr. Revin Fellows, man. We gotta get out of here, man. My time is up. As always, I want to encourage each and every person to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. That's AskDrRoncom. Go over there. Please support all of my vendors, all my advertisers. Check out my affiliates. Support anybody that's affiliated with Ask Dr. Ron. Support Dr. Hunt. Support my brother Chris Bass. They got the information in the feed. Shout out to Denise. Shout out to Wilma. Shout out to anybody that took time out of your busy schedule to come over and be a part of what we're doing over here. We appreciate you. Like and share. Share this information. You have my permission to send it out worldwide, wherever it needs to go. If you want to rally in Chicago on this event, please do so. Come on down. Bring a busload. Don't come by yourself. Bring a carload. Bring 2 carloads. Come on down. Participate in this event. It's going to be a very memorable event. Okay? We want you to come and participate. Okay? Get in touch with Mr. Revin Fellows and tell him, hey, if you can't catch him, I'm easy to catch because I'll keep calling until he answers my phone. You can call me and I'll get on his nerves. Okay? Yeah, I put myself out there now. Call me because my number's everywhere. And I'll keep calling and say, man, did you talk to them people? I'll get on him. He know I will. I ain't scared of him. Okay? I'll call him up and tell him, look, answer the phone, man. And then if he don't answer, then I'll call his partner, Rep 4 and say, man, will you tell Revin to answer the damn phone? Because Rep 4 will take my call. Look, we almost cousins anyway, okay?
That's right. Forward for the forward. Forward for the forward.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Deep.
Look, hey, I want to say thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, for bringing it, and letting us know ahead of time what's going on so that we can make a conscious decision to participate. My time is up for this week, y'all. We got to get out of here. Don't forget, go over to my website. I know when you get a plugger, man, please post it on my page, please. About the march. If you got a plugger,
definitely.
Post it on my site. Post it so that people can see what's going on. Please scroll down on my Facebook live feed. You will see other important information. Representative Will Davis has got a shred day coming up for medicine, electronics, and all your important documents that you don't want nobody to ever see. So please scroll down. All that information is posted on my site. You'll get a chance to see that. I try to put out information that can, service everybody from all over the place. So look, we got to get out of here, man. I love y'all. Peace and love. Y'all be safe out there. Corona is not gone. Y'all need to be aware of Corona. Be safe. And when y'all go downtown in October, wear a mask. Don't just go down there. Wear a mask. Be safe. All million of y'all. Okay? Peace and love. Y'all stay blessed.
Mask up.